Tomazzi Entertainment.
It is known that the world fell, and that most people in it died.
Mad Max is a well-crafted game with excellent balance between driving combat and on-foot combat. I just wish it didn't overwhelm you with locations and side objectives so quickly. You feel intimidated at first at how much content there is. You feel like it's going to take forever. But luckily, Mad Max has a great story to keep your attention for a while. The beginning does an excellent job describing what happened in the past and what's happening to you right now while you're being robbed and beaten. The beginning of the game is more of a tutorial than anything else. Once you escape from these crazy thugs, the world is open to you from that point on. It's a pretty big world with different regions and landscapes. It doesn't take long before you run into your good buddy, the guy that's going to be with you with your whole adventure. He's kind of a Gollum meets Hunchback of Notre Dame type of dude. He's kind of crazy. He has this plan to build you the Grand Opus. It's like the super craziest car ever built, ever. There are two different types of combat in this game: vehicle combat and on foot combat. The foot combat is pretty cool. It's very similar to the Batman games or Shadow of Mordor. Enemies, when they're about to attack you, if you push the Y button, you do a counter move. Sometimes these moves lead into finishers, and also I've seen some pretty cool things in this. I've seen like wrestling moves from the WWE, and I've seen submission moves from the UFC, and you level it up. Every time you level up, you can do more powerful moves that you can unlock through the leveling tree that this game has. Mad Max story is pretty straightforward. It's a revenge story to get back your vehicle and kill the people that fucked you up pretty much. That's it. Mad Max has a huge variety of interesting characters for you to meet in the story and in random events around the world. Now, I want to talk about the vehicle combat in this game, because it's pretty intense and pretty sweet. They did an excellent job on this part. At the beginning of the game, your vehicle will be weak. As you level up through the game and get new parts for your vehicle, it becomes more powerful. So expect to die at the beginning of the game. But when you do level up your vehicle, you get some pretty cool little gadgets. One is a hook shot, and you can stab enemies, impale them, rip them right out of their vehicles and throw them around like a rag doll. It's pretty satisfying when you do this. It also tries to do this sim kind of feel to it where you have to put gas in your vehicle, and gas, powers a lot of things around the world. You can carry a jerry can in the back of your vehicle. You're going to need to blow up a lot of things with it, but you need gas for your vehicle. You drink water to heal yourself. Another thing is finding water stations around the world to fill up your little tin can. Now, this is pretty interesting and cool. Now, this hot air balloon will take you up to the sky, and then you use your binoculars and you'll look all around you, and you'll pinpoint all these locations. And what's really cool about this is when you click to your map, all these locations will just bing, 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 bing appear, and before you know it, you'll have 5 spots to go to, and then you'll have 400 spots to go to. And the map is huge. It's like really big, and it takes you a long time to get to areas. Now you see all those little dots on the map? Those are different objectives and side missions and main missions you can do throughout the game. And there's a lot you can do. Basically, each region has a threat level, and you have to lower the threat level to 0 to make the region safe for everyone. One of the main things you can do to lower your threat level is clear out enemy bases. The leveling up system in this game is awesome. Not only do you get to level up Max, you get to level up his car as well. When you level up Max, there's all these different upgrades of like fist, health, protection of like wearing gear on. So that jacket I just bought will give me 20% resistance to enemy attacks. Also, you can upgrade your weapon, how fast you reload, how many bullets you can carry, things like that. There is a lot to choose from, but the coolest thing of all of it is that you can also upgrade what your character does in his attacks. So his finishers, things like that, and honestly it gets pretty brutal and sweet. There's a day and night cycle, and also every once in a while this crazy sandstorm will attack you, and if you're not in a vehicle or taking cover, you're gonna get hurt. Like right here's an example. Like I normally wouldn't do this, but I wanted to show what happens, and honestly I got my ass beat down by things flying around. Now you're gonna keep yourself busy in your vehicle a lot, driving around, taking out these guard towers and sniper towers, and the more you do, the more you lower your threat level. Your threat level will give you pretty much all the people in that region will start giving you supplies, and you'll collect more and more scrap. Scrap is what you use to buy all your upgrades for your vehicle and for your character. You need to find scrap. Scrap is what it's all about. Like for an example, with my scrap, I bought a hookshot for my vehicle so I can pull down these little towers. These sniper son of a bitches who try to shoot for me from a distance. But no game is perfect. The enemies will always park in the exact same spots for you to run into them and blow up, so free enemies to kill. I had a couple of sandstorm issues where the sandstorm effects would happen, but the sandstorm itself would be missing. And a couple of frame rate drops. Especially when you're in your vehicle and you're being attacked by other vehicles and a lot of things are happening all at once on the screen, it'll drop a couple of times. With the crazy vehicle combat, the sweet hand-to-hand combat with the combos and the counter, the story, and the huge world, I give this an 8 out of 10. This game is awesome. I suggest you play it. You know, a few hiccups here and there, but great game overall. Man, this game is too big for its own good. There's so much I couldn't even have time to talk about. Like the strongholds and how you can find parts for the strongholds to make them more powerful, to give you supplies. You know, or the death races, or the millions of objectives you can do in the world. There's so many. I didn't have time, I'm sorry. I try to keep these reviews to a minimum, like a 5 to 7 minutes, maybe less, I don't know. I just think that people prefer them that way. But please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this. You know, give me a thumbs up. I do reviews all the time. I do mini movies. So please subscribe and you know, be a part of the Tamazi Entertainment family. That's a good feeling right there, man. That's what you want. Subscribe. Thank you. Ciao. Did I mention that it's the red button? Yeah, it's that red button. It's right there, man. Don't you see it? Yeah, that's it.